Wow. Footage finally released of Diddy physically assaulting Cassie in a hotel back in 2016. Y'all, oof. And no, I'm not saying that Diddy is a narcissist. I'm not saying that, y'all. Now, Farrah Gray is saying it. He said a narcissist doesn't break your heart, they break your spirit. That's why it takes so long to heal. Diddy, narcissist. Farrah is calling Diddy a narcissist. I'm just ride the ship. I'm not gonna play the video, y'all, but like literally ran behind her, yanked her hair, like yanked her head onto the ground, kicked her a couple of times, then drug her out of sight right here. This is wild. All while in a towel. And the thing a lot of people have been talking about, like, well, that happened in 2016. She didn't leave him until 2019. Why? Why didn't she just leave? Why don't people just leave when assault and abuse happen? It's really rarely ever that easy to just leave a physically or emotionally abusive relationship, y'all. The abusive wounds dig deep into your body, into your mind, into your soul. And a lot of times people are scared. If he's doing this in a public setting, in a public building where cameras are, what is he doing to her behind the scenes? There's probably a lot of fear there as well, because I think when they started dating, she was like 20, 21 years old. And he was like 37, 38 years old. And no, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with age gap relationships for y'all just like, I know how y'all get, but there's a power dynamic there. And this is like one of the most powerful men in the music industry or whatever. And he can maybe have somebody that hurt her, maybe, or he can ruin her career if she were to tell somebody that. Y'all know she sued him. And then that lawsuit got settled so fast, and people were like, well, he just settled it fast because he just didn't want his name out there. He got better things to do. He got a business to run. Y'all, there will always be somebody to support a toxic, abusive, narcissistic person. There are always going to be flying monkeys for people who don't believe the victims in these situations. If you find this video on Twitter, you will also find a lot of other stuff. Like this video right here, like corroborates a lot of the stuff that she had in her lawsuit. This video is probably from the lawsuit. It's like Mr. Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. It says after he fell asleep, Miss Ventura tried to leave the hotel room. As she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed her and took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her. The video is all over Twitter showing him chasing her down the hallway, pulling her, kicking her a couple times, and then dragging her out of sight. And yeah, she stayed 3 years after that, 2 or 3 years after that, y'all, because it's hard to leave toxic relationships. On average, it takes a survivor or victim of physical or emotional abuse 7 times to leave their abuser. And like I said, there's a power dynamic there. There's a lot of fear there. Like, who knows what she, in her mind, like, what can this person do? And a lot of times, just because they hit you, doesn't mean you stop loving a person. It's wild how the mind works, y'all. It's wild how the mind works, especially younger mind. And this is not me trying to blame her in any way, shape, or form, y'all, because y'all know my page is not about that. My page is talking about narcissistic people, abusive relationships and whatnot. Bully, why did she come forward sooner? But I just feel like, what does she do? Like, Diddy, he got too much to lose. Why would he do that? What does she do to him? No, I didn't make that up. People say that. What does she do or say to him to make him so angry? Wait, so Diddy actually did it? I'm not saying it's like he had doubts. And shout out to my man Terrain right here. He said, this doesn't get hidden for years without teams of enablers. Yes, men and ass kissers ready to do image cleanup. Absolutely, yes. Narcissistic people will always have people that are on the standby to support them no matter what. And right here, the lady stayed with him for another 4 years enduring this abuse. What? Like, people don't, like I said, people sometimes don't understand it or try to blame the victim. Like, you stayed after that. Wow, what's wrong with you? You must have a problem with it. It must not have been that bad. Or she might have been putting her hands on him too. Y'all don't know what's going behind the scenes. Y'all got too much. Blah, 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 blah. All in all, y'all, protect your peace, protect your safety at all costs. Because if you don't protect it, no one else will, y'all. Seriously. And my guess on what happens next is either Diddy is super quiet, doesn't say anything about it, just try to let it go away on his own, or somebody on his PR team or himself or one of his kids comes out here and says, like, well, y'all don't know what went on inside the hotel room. Like, y'all don't know why he was naked and he just had a towel on. Y'all just hear one side of the story. Y'all just hear one side of the story. There's no cameras inside the hotel room. That's my guess right there, y'all.